Norm Macdondald is one of my favorite people on the planet. He doesn't even know that. You don't even know that.
I know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, man.
One of my favorite people come in here every time. It's been like 2 years. You kind of took a year away from it. I think so, yeah.
Holy crow,
man. Yeah. You've been busy eating, evidently.
Wait, no.
Not now. You've cleared it up. But you had to eat and then lose the weight.
Yeah.
So you took a year off from
some
us.
weird thing happened where I had a huge hunger, and Sean was around. You haven't introduced Sean.
I'm sorry. Sean
O'Connor.
Your helper.
He's the future of comedy.
Oh, is he the future? This isn't like a Liberace situation where you got a helper?
Lord.
I mean, he did say he would pay for my plastic surgery.
We're going to make you look like Norm. That's the thing.
Listen,
Sean's got a house.
Yeah.
Can I read a little news story?
Yes,
A Brazilian serial killer has confessed to murdering 39 people. The alleged serial killer, apparently he was coerced into confessing his crime, and what he did was, this is kind of grisly now that I read it. He would lure young women and men. He would kill regardless of gender. Chop up the victims, and then, this guy was a real jerk.
And that's why you're one of my favorite people. It's so succinct. It's such a...
I had a hunger issue, what I would call it.
What did you put on? Because when I was watching your podcast, I think it was Gilbert or Super
250.
What? No kidding?
Maybe. I remember one time I was 235, but I remember being fatter after that. But yeah, I would eat all the time.
And just for no reason.
Because all of a sudden the appetite just started...
you just ballooned.
Constantly
out of nowhere. And then I got real worried. And I said to him, I went to a doctor, and then all the tests came out positive. And I'm like... I don't know if I tell you about this doctor, but he wasn't the nicest guy, you know. Like, at one point he said, open your mouth and say oink. That's not nice, right?
No. So earlier this morning, you say the people in Cool were doing mounds of blow at the station. What the hell is that about?
Oh, my God.
I didn't know we could talk about that.
Sure we can. You're in a safe place.
Did you cut some lines?
We cut lines off of Erica?
No, they just kept giving us donuts.
They
were like going away for a while.
Incredible energy, man. They were like... It's
the oldies station. They have to have energy, I guess.
I guess, yeah. It was a lot of fun, though.
I don't buy it.
But listen, man, Sean,
the future of comedy.
It reminded me last night because I got in early yesterday, and then I waited up on Sean because he drove from Los Angeles.
Oh, jeez.
Because he's afraid of Ebola. And it sort of reminded me, because I would phone him, on his car, and I go, "How you doing?" He goes, "Now I'm in, wherever he was."
Quartzsite.
Yeah. And it reminded me
date shake.
of he had a date shake.
No, I ate at McDonald's twice.
On the drive?
That's a long drive. You ever have a date shake?
No.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of kind of like a Stephen King novel. I'm on the phone.
Right.
He's like, I haven't touched anyone yet, and he's so afraid of Ebola. But
Are you really afraid of the Ebola? Because I think I'm horrified.
Oh, yeah, I'm terrified because what just happened is it was one person, then it was two people, then it was three people, and then that second person went on a plane.
Yeah.
So now 800 people are
Well,
quarantined.
there's another one on a boat now, on a
the one
cruise
on the
line.
plane doesn't have it yet.
Yeah, but close enough.
It's so
We've
close.
had two people that have had it.
And the other one that was handling...
The other one are being accused.
Yeah.
Right now, we're taking the witches right now, and we're going to start burning them.
Good.
Yeah.
Who's for burning? Show of hands. If it's
if it saves me...
Me too. That's how I feel.
I'm going to tell you
diarrheaing blood.
Yes. Burn that guy.
Fidel Castro, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Who has an island. His country is an island,
Right.
So when the AIDS outbreak happened, you're on an island. It could knock your whole island down.
Right. Yeah.
So what he did is they had a big, beautiful resort, right? And he just took it over, because that's what they can do in Cuba.
When it's your island.
Yeah, and he put all the AIDS patients in this beautiful resort, fed them all, and
what's wrong with that?
I don't know. They
It almost
really,
makes you want AIDS in Cuba, doesn't it? Kind of like tried to get it.
But it knocked the disease out. It killed the disease.
Because you quarantine everybody into their own little package.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So the lady who they keep saying was handling samples, which basically means the poop and pee of the Duncan guy.
She was taking
is
him
on
out.
a Royal Caribbean cruise and she's got it locked in a cabin now. I'm the same way because I
But
think
also like a nurse. If a nurse can get it, I mean,
Yes.
because they take care.
they try not to get stuff every day. That's their job.
So if it's not airborne, Sean
Yeah.
was saying it's just a droplet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
wait
if-
till terrorists get it.
I mean,
Yeah.
of course.
If you take in someone's breath that has
Yeah.
Ebola, you know.
It's like a
It's
horrible
gonna be
movie.
awful.
Yeah,
I
know.
had to stop drinking people's blood.
That'll do it.
I mean,
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Stupid Twilight movies, and now we've got this. It's taking a horrible turn on all of us.
yeah, well, I mean, it would be the worst when terrorists get it, but I also think it would be bad when just like innocent people get it.
That's when you got something.
I think you misunderstood me, but it's okay. Who did you usurp as the future of comedy?
I
There
think
has to be like the guy who had that role that you took
Yeah,
it
who
from.
got rolled?
probably Aziz Ansari.
You think? And now he's just comedy.
Now he's
the president.
now he's the president of comedy.
He's the czar.
And Norm, are you the
I'm the
ghost
past.
of comedy past?
Yeah. A lot of times, me and Sean we'll go, and then people go, "Hey, man, that guy seems like the future of comedy. That guy seems like the past of comedy. Where do we
Who
go
says
to get
that to you?
Where do we go to get the president?"
The people who review your show that way. That's
Yeah,
just an
yeah,
awful
yeah.
person to say that about the show he just watched. I saw the future and I saw the past.
Yeah.
Just looking for something in the middle there.
Yeah, well, listen, man. The future and the past are all we got because the present is, people falling down, bleeding from every orifice of their body.
Yeah, that is, I don't like the present.
It's
Did you
better
ever
to
read-
look at that.
Did you guys ever read The Hot Zone?
Yeah, we were talking about that. I never
God,
read
that
it,
was a
but
terrifying book.
it's the one that makes me go, okay, Ebola. I'm not going to fool around with this one. We
Yeah.
had a record of 0 cases.
Yeah.
Up until
And
about a month and a half
they
ago.
could have had a vaccine. It was 20 years ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
they
yeah.
could have worked on a vaccine, but they didn't.
What was the thing that you told me about the hot zone that sounded like a lie?
Oh, the horrifying story. Oh, that you think's a lie? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, in the Hot Zone, they're talking about the first guy that got it, and it's just a nightmare. And he gets to the, it's on a little plane from Africa, and he gets to the hospital, and he goes there. And it's an African hospital.
Which
Not to
says
say
that.
anything against Africa, but my God. And then
Look at these hospitals.
and then he goes there, and they don't know Ebola.
Sure.
So it's like, and they said at that point, anyways, he collapsed and blood exploded from everywhere.
Oh.
And they said that the blood hit the ground and started moving.
What?
Because it's
Like a
more-
sci-fi movie?
Like a sci-fi movie, because it's more Ebola than plasma at that point.
Oh.
And it's just looking for a host. 'cause
mobile.
It's going to die.
I'm out. I'm out on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, start the fire.
It's like Alien.
Yeah, no, that's just an awful
So
thing.
burn all the Ebola. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Are you opposed? Are you opposed to it? Give me a counter argument to it.
You take that resort, Norm, and then you torch it. That's John's idea.
I have an odd approach to curing starvation as
Yeah.
well, which is kill all the starving people.
Yeah.
It goes away if we team up with the warlords. I mean, we've raised so much
They
money,
take the
and
food
they're
anyway.
still hungry. We've teamed up with the wrong side.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think? You have to go already?
No,
Oh,
Brad's
okay.
just pointing at my coffee.
Brad, I don't like when you stand up. Sit back down. Doesn't he look like he's from a Wallace and Gromit special?
The were-rabbit. He's right behind him.
Norm, you've been at this for a long time now. How long have you been doing this?
25 years.
Is it 25 years? No,
Yeah.
and it's your birthday
And
today.
I started late.
51 years
Happy
old,
birthday,
Norm.
by the way.
Happy
Hey,
birthday.
oh, yes, it is my birthday.
We
Yeah.
get lists.
I actually started very late for a stand-up.
Yeah. 25. What were you doing before
Most
that?
of them started as kids,
Yeah.
Sean
I
started...
started at 19, yeah.
19,
No kidding. That's just brave.
And even 19 is sort of... Some people are 16.
So you stopped hooking and you went into comedy
What were you
at
doing
19.
before?
Oh, yeah.
Were you a prostitute, as
I-
Brady pointed out?
I want stuff to come out of my mouth.
Well, that's your choice.
Lord.
That's just an extra $20. You can go
Quitter.
either direction. Yeah. Norm, were you? Did you have different aspirations before you started doing
Oh,
stand-up?
no, I just did manual labor.
Really? Like
Yeah.
tile work or drywall? What are you looking at?
Drywall was too hard for me. Anything with any skill, I was horrible at.
Well, what was
but
manual?
I moved furniture.
Oh.
I worked in a logging camp. I lived in Canada. I just travel around to.
Yeah. And then just all of a sudden said, "This is it." What would Norm? Today is your birthday, so it's the time for reflection.
It's true. It is my
What would
birthday.
birthday Norm today go back and tell young Norm 25 years ago?
What would I go back and tell
Would you
myself?
go back and say, "All right, Norm, here's what you need to know."
Oh,
Watch out for Ebola. First of all, that's clear. That's coming.
That's coming.
That's coming. You got a future ahead.
Yeah, I guess I would. Gosh, man. I mean, I have no regrets in my life.
I'm not asking. You're not on a deathbed or anything. I'm not trying to pin anything on you. Just, is there anything you're like, man, I could have done that better?
Oh, almost everything. Yeah.
So you just have a list of stuff for young Norm.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
Sean?
I would say, you know how they say a life unexamined is not worth living?
True.
But another bad thing, though, is do you ever try to examine your life? Which is what you're asking me to do right now.
And you hate it. Yeah, I apologize.
Oh, it's
Norm-
depressing.
How
So
about-
you look back, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
What are these bumps?
If you keep dwelling on
What are
them, though,
these
that's a...
bumps?
I've got bumps.
Why do I not remember the last 6 days and there's scabs all over my face? No, when I used to drink, I used to walk. This is what my friends told me. I would walk, fall down, walk, fall down, walk, fall down, and then I would black out for a couple of days, and I wake up and there'd always be scabs on my face.
This is what your friends told
I
you.
thought I had been in a big fight, but my friends told me, "No, you're just walking down."
They
the
were just
street."
kicking your ass. You were in a fight club, and they did beat the tar and put you to bed.
Norm, have you ever met any other celebrity that shares the same birthday as you, like Ziggy Marley?
Yeah.
Ziggy Marley. No,
You
he
have the
shares
same
my
bir-
birthday.
Yeah, Eminem.
Oh, Eminem. Yes, I have met him.
Bill Hudson, one of the Hudson
The
brothers.
Hudson brothers.
Yeah.
Now, was he Goldie Hawn's husband?
is that
He put his seed
Kate
inside
Hudson?
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
made Kate.
Hudson.
Yep, he made Kate.
The Hudson brothers.
George Wendt.
Oh, really?
Norm.
And he played Norm.
How odd is that? No,
You know,
not
it's
really.
you know how dumb I am. When I started doing stand up, right? I was in Canada. There was no TV or anything, right?
There wasn't?
Not in Canada.
Really?
I mean, there was TV, but
25 years ago?
I mean, you couldn't go do stand up on TV.
I see, I got
We'd
you.
mostly get our
Right.
TV from America. But I was going across the country and everything, doing my stand up, but no one knew who I was. But sometimes when I'd go on, people go, Norm, and I thought I was catching on, but it was from the TV show.
Cheers.
Yeah, so they heard Norm. They go, Norm, like an idiot. I go, yeah, man. And people are starting saying,
Cool.
So you could go back and tell young Norm that wasn't
I
going
would
to get
tell him
excited
that,
about.
yeah.
You settle
Yeah.
down on the Norm chant.
But they say Norm. They're
Yeah.
talking about George Wendt's character on
Clearly,
Cheers.
the wildly popular Norm is the fat guy
yeah,
over here.
exactly.
Here's another cool one you share your
Yeah.
Evil Knievel.
Oh, I love Evil
Did you ever
Knievel.
meet Evel Knievel?
No,
Oh,
boy,
man.
I would like to. My buddy is...
He's dead, right?
Yeah,
too late.
2007.
My buddies, they wrote Ed Wood and People vs. Larry Flint. They write biopics, and they're writing one on Evil Knievel. And they told me some awesome stories, and the best one was... Well, one cool thing was whenever he did a stunt, he would get his whole family together and talk to them like...
This could be it.
This could be it, yeah, which was pretty cool. And they have video of that. And then, so he was so rich because he always thought he was just about to die. So he'd always have, a walking cane that was all diamonds and stuff. But he bought a jet with, on the side of the jet was Evil Knievel, like jumping in a motorcycle, right? And he was like, this is going to be exciting. So then he takes the jet and he's like, I can't see it. Because of course he can't see the side of the jet. He's inside the plane. So he buys another jet.
To fly next to that jet.
Right next to the
That's
that's a
a
lot of
life
money.
well led. Right there. That's how you do it. When you can buy a jet to look at your own jet, that's winning right there. That
is
guy's better
awesome.
than me.
I played tennis with this guy that was a Supercross rider or a Grand Prix, and Evil Knievel was his sponsor in
Yeah,
1974.
he threw
on a
his money
bike.
all over because I don't think I think he. thought it
And he
wasn't
talked
going.
about a couple of parties on the yacht.
Yeah.
And he said Evil was one of those guys that never backed down. Like if a guy challenges him, he's like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a story like somebody like in the press or something badmouthed him or something like that, and he just walked into the place with a baseball bat.
Took him out.
Yeah, and he's like, I know,
See, those were the
I
good
know
old
this
days.
is going to cost me a lot of money, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it cost him like 10
Sean,
million,
see, you can't do that as the future of comedy.
Oh, no.
You can't just go in and bash somebody who doesn't like your
Or
act.
you could bring it back.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
well,
as
go for it.
you're the future. Anything you do is going to
That would be
gonna
wonderful
catch on.
to get, masculine energy.
You have none of that?
I have zero of that so far.
Do you maybe harness up some WNBA energy or some female energy? Perhaps?
I mean, I have played basketball with women before, so I think this would work out.
He gets a lot of tail, this guy. It's
Is that right?
unbelievable.
Yeah?
I mean, it's not unbelievable. He's a handsome, nice
No,
guy.
I'm engaged. That's what you mean.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He's getting tail from that same lady over and over.
Yeah.
Engaged, you're getting a lot of
I
tail.
guess that doesn't count.
And almost married.
I guess that doesn't count. He's always like, hey, I got a story about last night. I'm like, easy. I know. Yeah, she's a sweet girl, Aaron.
I was with
Don't
this
tell me
chick
another
last
story.
night?
He's like,
Oh,
and then
man.
I'm like,
Because then you got to meet that person. You look at
I'm
him
good
like,
friends
she was
with her.
just folded over like a Samsonite.
Yeah, you're packing her up in the overhead compartment.
Folded over like a Samsonite.
You don't want to see the
let's
people.
not say that about Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron is the sweetest, girl.
But evidently puts out
couldn't
quite
imagine.
a bit.
Yeah,
you couldn't even imagine her. She's so saintly.
Yeah, you get her on any night. She's
Hello?
She's an
Norm's
animal.
getting a call.
Hello?
Eddie answered it.
It must
Bert?
be important. Let's listen. Uh-oh. This is it.
Oh, is this Leslie?
Leslie Moonves? We've all got a show.
I'm
He's
doing
loving
a
the
radio.
interview.
I'm doing a radio interview.
Well, Norm's on the phone. I can tell you, Norm and Sean are over at the Tempe Improv, TempeImprov.com.
I'm doing a radio interview. I gotta go.
TempeImprov.com, Friday and Saturday.
I'm doing a radio interview. I gotta go.
Get off the phone, Leslie.
Is Leslie a girl? Do you know
Oh,
Leslie,
my
Sean?
God.
I don't know Leslie.
What was that? Who's that?
Oh, that's my brother Leslie.
You know, J.B. Smooth's brother called once while he was on the air.
Yeah.
And he picked it up, and he needed
300
It was
bucks.
300 pounds of chicken for a picnic, and I'm like, you can't. That's just. I mean, you're just baiting me for like 3,000.
And he was short. He was short on some
Yeah,
cash.
he's like he needed 250 bucks to cover the chicken.
No, I didn't
bill.
want to take the call, but I saw it was from my hometown.
Could be
I'm
trouble.
Like, oh my
Is he
gosh.
wishing you a happy birthday?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh,
That's what it was.
I'm yelling at him.
Well, he's trying to be nice.
You're right. That is what it was.
Yeah, he's that prick. See if I
But
ever
you know
seen
what I
him.
mean? When you get a phone call.
Sure.
You know what I find? I don't know if you guys are like this. Like, do you have landlines?
Not anymore.
Well, you
I
have-
do.
I dumped it.
You have had them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But, like, in the middle of the night when the phone rings, that to me is, like, terrifying.
Oh, it's horrible.
Because
Yeah.
you're like, what is, you're going
Who's
to the phone.
dead?
And at the start, I don't know, are your folks still alive?
Yeah, no.
Mine are too. So anytime you get a call, it's like,
Of course.
Well, now that I know that, I'm going to call Brady in the middle of the night more. I didn't know that the whelmed
well, you just
black
if it's,
cloud
coming
of
from,
death.
if it's coming from home, hopefully it's they're calling to either check in, but
Yeah.
sometimes
But
there's
if it's
weird
in the middle
times.
of the night, yeah.
I'm just going to hire people from Columbus, Ohio, to call you at 3 a.m.
Good luck. We change numbers every.
Yeah, keep that up because I can find you. This is going to be great fun because I'm horrible.
Well,
I think that's so funny to call him in the middle of the night. It's like, hello.
Your parents are fine. I just checked on them.
I had a prank I did when I was a kid. Like, we all had pranks, like telephone pranks we would do. And then, but mine, I wish, kind of looking back, I wish I hadn't done it. But I would phone people, like, at random, just strange, just numbers. And I was a little young kid. And I would go, like, I'm in trouble. Someone's trying to get in, and this is my mother gave me this number to phone in case there's in trouble. And there's someone's coming through the door, you know. And they go, "What? No." They go, "Where do you live? What's your number?" I don't know. My mommy told me to phone you. And now,
Now they'll track it down.
Oh yeah, probably.
I'm going to
Because
do
I
that
think
anyway.
back sometimes.
And
they
you're
go,
thinking that's hilarious.
at the time, yeah.
I still
but
think
there
it's
was no
funny.
closure to the prank.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like I
You left
got
them
you.
hanging.
Yeah, it's just for the rest
Mine
of their
wasn't as
lives.
elaborate, but I used to call and go, and they'd be like, hello? Like, is this suicide hotline? No. Oh, I can't do anything right. And just hang up. And then, have them hanging for the rest of the day. It's like, that was odd. Yeah.
That's so fun.
I can't do anything right.
We
That's
both hurt
great.
people's feelings.
Yeah, those people think they have blood on their hands now.
Yeah, they've lived their
The fun
life.
prank that I like doing was in the winter. We had a sledding hill, and I used to string piano wire across
Yeah,
the
he used
trees.
to kill people. It's
And
different.
shove the kids down in the snow and just watch them slice up like Snicker bars.
You know what another prank?
God.
You know what a prank we
My
went
uncle, he went on a snowmobile.
Yeah.
'cause I come from-
That is
and-
not the official term of what you do when you're trying to explain snowmobiles.
Snowmobile. When you move your hand really
Snowmobile?
fast.
That's how you
Over your
operate
genitals.
it. You operate the snowmobile like
You know
you're
when you make a
whacking off.
fist over your genitals and you just move it up and down? Snowmobile, of course.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
He does snowmobile.
Anyways, they had the farmers put up
The fencing.
fencing, but like invisible. You couldn't see it, and my uncle got hurt. But what were you?
I was going to say, we had a thing we were going to do. It's just pranks just to make people think.
Yeah.
You know when you go by a place where some horrible accidents happen, they've put up if
Yeah.
somebody got run over by a bike, they paint a bike white and put it on that corner. Brady and I
sure.
especially, we wanted to paint like sleds in Phoenix.
Like random, a canoe.
Just like white
This happened at
sleds.
this intersection.
Put candles all around it and like a date.
That's
And just see if people just to make people like as they're driving, just entertainment as you drive.
Yeah,
you
a
know?
box of Sudafed.
This is where he drives. Time release capsules all over, painted white. That's a
Just
great
a bunch
idea.
of empty
Yeah,
boxes.
that'd be a fantastic. And nobody could touch it. They'd feel bad. It's like a tribute, so you can't clean it up. It's not litter, so it has to
paint 'em
happen.
white.
That's
those
everything.
are
painted
kind
white.
of sad. Those
They're
highway
awful.
side. Yeah, like
What's
I
the
think
time
the guy
limit?
would rather just not have a shrine.
Yeah,
if it's gonna
like
be
why
on
not
the
a
side
shrine of him?
highway.
Build a statue of him, not
Yes.
the bike he was on.
Yeah,
like
right.
the bike
Are you
just
going to
says-
put one of, like a relative or on the back of the windshield of your car
Yeah.
for a while and drive
People
around?
turn their cars into tombstones.
And then how
now.
long do you do
What?
that?
I've never heard
You haven't
of this.
seen that? Well, in here, all over, they'll have a picture of the Lady
In
of
memory
Guadalupe
of-
and the name of a person, and it's always some horrific date, like 1987 to 2013. You're like, oh, he was young.
yeah.
But now their cars, resale value is garbage.
Oh, of course.
That's all I care about. It's like, what's this guy doing? He just lost a couple grand putting that up there. It's not, you're still alive. There's no reason to lose money.
Then a lot of tattoos are pretty
Oh,
popular
yes.
too.
Yeah.
The deceased person will put it up there. One will have a date when they're born and then a question mark.
Yeah,
I guess they're
They're vanished.
they're waiting to fill it in. I guess when they're
Oh, what?
That's so embarrassing.
It's
If-
like 1986 to 1987.
Yeah.
and you're trying to have doggy style
Yeah.
sex
Right.
with them.
And you got to
Like,
look at her. You got to look at her kid Sid on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just little Sid.
Yeah.
Didn't have time to name him.
Rest
he's on
in
the
peace
small,
in
he's
heaven,
on the
my
small of the
little.
back.
My little.
You mean
angel.
Sid, the kid's name?
The kids, I call him Sid.
He was
automatic.
named after
Right after
Yeah.
the
sudden
disease, right.
infant death.
Which I want to die from adult onset sudden infant death syndrome called not so sudden infant death syndrome. It's just stupid. You
It
see
took
what
a
you've
while,
done?
yeah,
This
it
is what
was,
you do to us.
it
You know that
was,
you've been responsible. I don't know if you heard us talking about it. There's been probably 5 or 6 visits here, but the very first
Yeah.
time we ever had you on was like 15 years ago. I was at another station here in town, and they found a headless body on the freeway the day you got here. Last time you were here,
Was your uncle on the snowmobile?
yeah,
Yeah.
like 10 years ago.
I feel I remember that.
A dude crossed the road on the freeway and got plastered. That was the day you were here. And then today, some guy going the wrong way on the I-10 blows up the I-10. It's not even usable all the way back to L.A.
Oh,
Wait
my
a second.
God.
This.
I probably should have told you guys that I'm the devil.
Oh, man. You could have led with that.
Yeah, I've come back and I brought Ebola with me.
You've got your podcast. It's still going, but I clicked on it the other day. It says Norm will be back in May.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I do it for a while, and I
Vacation.
go, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And then they're like, he's on hiatus.
Yeah. Is that what that is? Or is it just that you
what
may
they
or may
say.
not come back?
Yeah, I don't know if I will. Or
Okay.
not. I just do it for a while, and then I
It's fun to
get
watch.
tired of it.
'Cause
It's
it
fun
is.
to
Yeah,
do, man.
yeah.
It's so great. I think it's just the people who do it with Norm
Are awful.
are awful.
Well, no, Sean isn't. Sean does it with me. He's
Well, there's
awesome.
one guy. There's always one guy. It's the rest of the people.
The future's good.
It's those awful others. I did a podcast with Frank Caliendo for about 6, 7.
Oh,
so that was
wow.
about 6 months, and then we tired of it as well.
Even Frank tired
Frank-
of
yeah,
it?
well,
He
Frank-
seems tired of nothing.
No, the second you say
Well,
the
he
F
starts
word,
getting busy
he gets
on
nervous
everything.
because he's on that
Oh,
Disney
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
you get nervous when you start doing horrible jokes, and we have
Oh, of course, Frank would. Yeah,
yeah,
he
Jay
would.
Farrell, Ralphie May, me, and Frank are in a room. It's
Oh, that was the.
It was
podcast?
one of them we did. It was great.
See. Oh, I see. Yeah, Frank would get nervous.
Yeah, he got real nervous. Do you enjoy doing the interview stuff with people on the podcast?
Yeah, well, we got good guests, so that I was interested in, but it's harder. Like you guys obviously have to just interview everybody.
Not necessarily.
Here. What?
No, we don't.
You don't?
No, you're a special choice. We could have said no.
I'm amazed that people. I don't know how I would do with people that
you don't care about.
Yeah, like I'm always astonished by, especially a guy like David Letterman, who I think would be even less interested than we would be.
Right.
Or the way he can pretend to be interested.
Right,
like,
and actually
but don't you think he has a little more juice or say on saying, hey, this guest is here? But there's every once in a while they have to take it. He has to take it.
No, on an average guest, you got to,
if they're in town, they're promoting
3 guests a night.
Yeah.
There's not that many interesting people. And, actors are not interesting at all. I mean.
And now, did you start getting pressure from anybody? Because it's your podcast, but you start getting money from the outside coming in. I think it was Jerky Links, which might have explained the ballooning. Was that right? You had the Jerky Links thing. You had to try to convince me you're a Jerky Links guy.
What?
Just get what they want, like guests from them.
Sean and I, we liked just older guys. A lot of people wanted young people.
But they're not interesting.
Older guys are the most interesting. And I always think in show business, you get the old guys, they don't care what they say anymore.
Right.
They're out of the business.
They'll tell some stories.
And they tell stories about guys you care about.
Yeah, they'll name names. They don't care at all. They're seconds away from dying.
Yeah.
So who's the best one you had on there? Because I've seen some that were
we had
this
guy, Jack Carter. And he did the most craziest thing. You remember?
Well, I also still, after meeting him, have no idea who Jack Carter is.
Jack Carter was a comedian like the Catskills guys, way back in the day.
90. Yeah. So he was talking, and he said he was talking about the war. And he was
Which one?
The Second World War. I go, you were in the Second World War? He goes, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I go, the war was a lot of fun? And he goes, well, I never got to go over. I never went over, He goes, I got a lucky break. My whole unit was going to D-Day, and they all died. And I didn't go because I got deathly sick the day before. And then I go, oh, man, it sounds like you were faking it as a joke. And then he goes, I was. And then he's like, I never told nobody that.
So he finally confessed.
Yes, that he is a deserter and a traitor to our country.
But you learn that kind of stuff on Norm's podcast,
Norm's
which is great.
Deathbed Confessions. That'd be a good show.
That'd be pretty awesome. You just show up at hospitals, and they think it's to bring them up, but it's really just to get them to admit
We've had
some
a couple.
You do admit some stuff, and then you pull a plug out of.
Man, do I want to follow you around with a camera? Hey, I'm here to pull the plug there. You got anything to say?
So, Rickles.
By the way, if I'm ever in that situation,
celebrity deathbed,
pulling a plug.
Yeah.
First of all, I would want more than one plug. I would want like a backup plug,
multiple plugs.
Yeah. Because if a guy comes in with one of those wide brooms, hits your plug.
Oh, I want a generator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want something to kick in.
This is how I feel.
Yeah, is it that easy?
Yeah. This is how I feel it happens sometimes. Like you're in bed, right, with your eyes closed and stuff, and you're sleeping, your coma, whatever they call it. But you can hear and stuff. This is my nightmare. And all you hear is your relatives going, I think he wants to go. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, no, but you can't.
You can't move enough to,
Because nobody's ever like, no, keep him on the thing.
Yeah, no, keep him on forever.
Yeah.
Everybody always was real jumpy. My pool guy pulled the plug on his mom, and she sat up. Took like this huge horrible breath. The whole family lost their minds, and then she died. Like right in front of him. He's like, it's time we pulled the plug on her. She's not going to make it. Pulls the plug, and like a few seconds later, she goes,
she's like, it's a miracle. Like, what the?
Plug her back in. It was
but that must have been a physical thing. Is that what they talked
about?
The
family didn't say so.
Yeah.
There was a big fight afterwards.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the risk.
I read that 1 out of 4 people get buried alive.
What? 25% of people?
Come on.
Stop that. Where did you read that? Lies?
No, because they said that Lies magazine.
The book Lies.
Yeah, the book Lies magazine.
No,
so they're wheeling the guy, and he's like, man, it's starting to get hot in here.
Yeah.
Whoa. They said that the medical equipment used to show if a person's actually expired is not that perfect.
Well, we need to spruce that up.
But if you're being buried, there's like the embalming process, which will
You'll
totally.
Maybe
you'll pretty much find out if the
I don't think it's
person's
buried
dead.
alive. I think they die in the morgue. They wake up inside the.
So if they're stiff, maybe put in there. They might be put in.
So like pronounced dead
before they're embalmed, they still could because you have a couple that come back and all of a sudden the guy wakes up on the table or something.
Like have you ever been at a funeral and go, boy, that guy looks alive?
Never.
No,
the coffin gives a dead giveaway. I completely know that automatically.
And the makeup, it's the worst makeup.
Takes the life.
I read a story this morning about these two kids. Their mom died, and they put a cell phone in her casket.
Oh,
and then when she was buried, they got text messages back from the phone.
No way.
I swear. It's a story I read this morning. But what I think? Grave robber.
Yeah, it's a living person.
And then they're like, yeah, thanks for letting us have sex with your mom's corpse.
Did you do that one on Cool? Norm Macdondald is at the Tempe Improv this weekend
with the great Sean O'Connor.
The future of comedy. It should be on the marquee. Norm's name should be very small as the comedy. You're just introducing him, right? That's
pretty
what's happening.
Well.
Okay, yeah.
And Norm's going to confess something
That's
tonight.
That's right. It'll be on stage deathbed confession. Norm Macdonald on his birthday tonight. You can go see him at the Tempe Improv.
Birthday kisses for all the ladies.
Call by. You don't have to call him back. He has to call you again. He bothered
laugh.
You. Who calls anyone this early? Anyway.
I feel so terrible.
Where's he living?
I'm screaming at him.
What time is it where he lives?
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Wait.
You have to assume. But you have to assume he knows you're on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
So who calls anybody at 8 in the morning?
We could call Leslie if you want to.
No, we can call him live on air.
Yeah.
You want to call your brother?
No.
Straighten us out? What's your brother do?
My brother, I think he works at a donut shop.
You're not sure?
This call wasn't that important to either of you. Either donut shop guy or whatever.
It was nice of him to call him. So I feel so bad.
It was nice. But he was the first one in. You know what? Don't feel too bad. He's just kind of clearing his day. He was getting it over with before 9 a.m. It was just a quick, let's get this done so I don't have to think about it.
I had my brother scream at me.
Yeah.
Are you at the point?
I said I'm on the radio. He's like, yeah, so anyways.
Are you at the point when, like on your siblings, do you send them something for your birthday, or is it just a call? Happy birthday.
Do people still do that?
They give gifts?
I mean, I'm getting my son.
Only the topper in the family does it.
My son is 21, and I'm thinking, when do I stop giving him stuff?
That's a monumental one. I think after this, though.
What is the age?
No, he's 22.
No, then he's done. You don't have to worry about it. Just give him a call at 8 a.m.
Yeah, because I was thinking I could save the present until... Do you find this? That as we march forward in time...
As the world turns.
Time marches on,
marches.
that there's less and less things you can get people, like because everything's on their phone that they need.
Yeah, they have it.
Oh yeah, you can't buy anything for anybody anymore. They get it. They get it when they need it because it's right.
Cash is king.
Yeah, it's a crusher. Norm, leave us with...
you don't have kids.
No, God, no.
Yeah,
that sounds awful to me.
I do. I have a 6-year-old.
Yeah, he's got it.
Do you have a girl?
Girl.
Yeah, I knew it.
How's that? You just look
because
he
said I have a 6-year-old. Because otherwise you'd say I have a 6-year-old boy.
Yeah. Really?
Because you'd be proud.
Yeah.
There it is.
But don't you worry?
Awesome.
I mean, I guess throughout history we've all worried about our children, but my God Almighty,
good luck.
It's no country for old
good
men,
luck,
though.
Kid.
Well, it's no country for old men. It's the speech Barry Corbin gives there. He goes, "What you got ain't nothing new here."
I don't know.
Watch that movie.
I know everybody tells me
it's the best movie ever. He gives a speech. He's like, because Tommy Lee Jones says something. He said he goes out to his brother's place. Brother, ironically, says to him, he says, "I think I got to get out of this." And he goes, "What are you getting out for?" And he goes, "I feel overmatched." And he goes, "What you got ain't nothing new here. This has been going on forever." He said, "The world doesn't sit around and wait for you. That's vanity."
Wow.
Yeah, it's a great speech. And then
the speech I want you to do for me is a speech from The Godfather, where he goes to the guy that ends up with the horse's head, And he says, put Johnny Fontaine in this picture. And then the old guy starts saying why Johnny Fontaine will never be in this picture.
You want me to do that right now?
You remember that speech?
I remember, but I don't remember it well enough to do it.
Can we find the text?
The Godfather. What? I've never seen The Godfather.
Can we find the text on the computer?
Bravo, why do you want me to do
it, man?
You want me to act with you?
Are you getting it?
He's getting it now. Why are you appeasing this?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break and we'll do The Godfather.
Classic morning radio.
Yeah, The Godfather moment. And we have to do it as character.
Yeah. I'll be Robert
Dave
Duvall.
Osborne. Oh no, okay, never mind. We'll do that.
I'll do it as Super Dave.
And I'll do it as Super Dave.
And you do.
I'll be Fuji.
But you remember the guy, right?
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Like,
he's the one pissed off about Johnny Fontaine ever working.
Yeah,
I know that one. I just don't remember the speech well enough.
Oh,
why are we doing
speech.
this?
Oh, it's so fun.
I don't.
I'll be Super Dave instead of Robert Duvall.
Can I also be Super Dave though?
No, you have to.
We can't be combating Super. I have to commit to this character.
You have to commit,
all right, we'll do it.
Norm's
going to reenact. Up, Sean's done. He doesn't want to.
Future's gone.
It's 98.
It's over.
97.9. 98. Zippy Phoenix.
Now it's just getting deep in here. We're talking philosophies and ice ages.
What's
happening? It was cold back then.
Norm Macdondald is joining us today with his manservant Sean O'Connor, the future of comedy.
Yeah, baby.
Who will soon have plastic surgery to be Norm, look like Norm.
I knew I should have wore a shirt.
It's the gold lame
It's a radio joke.
I really and for whatever reason I quoted No Country for Old Men, and now you want to do a scene from The Godfather.
Yeah, but I think we should set it up.
Yeah, you go ahead. This is your thing. You direct. No,
I've
Sean,
never seen The Godfather.
You've never seen The Godfather.
I've seen every American Pie though.
Is this one of those moments where you get in the car and you say, I can't believe I made that guy do that?
No, listen. We got to set this up.
Okay.
We all remember the big scene in The Godfather was the guy wakes up with the horse's head.
Satin sheets.
Sure.
Yes. You should set this up.
Is that the offer he can't refuse? Is a horse's head?
Yeah.
The sheets.
Really?
Yeah, that's the kind of the first.
The first one. He's trying to.
So set it up.
He unfolds the one.
Yeah. Let's set up this scene here. Johnny Fontaine is a lounge singer, sort of loosely based on Sinatra.
Yeah.
Who the Godfather wants to put in this movie, but the movie producer refuses. We don't know why. Right?
Right.
I'm setting it up.
That's right. You're doing a great job.
Keep doing it.
And then, so they send the consulary, Tom Hagen, played by Robert Duvall, to go and visit this guy and try to talk him into
getting Johnny in the car.
Yeah. So Tom Hagen,
but Johnny's not having any of it.
Tom Hagen's played by Robert Duvall, and Jack Woltz plays the producer. But in this,
nobody knows who that guy is.
In this, we're doing now. I have to do.
You're the producer because this is your idea.
I wanted you to do
and you're doing it as Super Dave Osborne.
Super Dave. Yeah.
I'll be doing Tom Hagen as Liam Neeson.
Okay, as Liam Neeson.
Is that right?
Okay.
Because he's improv.
Yeah, because he's a big improv. Ready? Are you ready? All right, here we go. Mr. Corleone is Johnny Fontaine's grandfather. Now Italians regard that as a very close.
Wow, that's good.
Cut. You can't say that.
Take two. Cut.
You already knew how to do it.
Well, I wasn't just going to wing one.
Okay,
you know how to do Super Dave, right? You're not just throwing this out for the first time.
All right, take two.
It's not like I said I was going to do Paula Deen and then give it a try.
Hey, there's butter in there.
I have to go again? All right,
yeah.
All right, take two. Try not to compliment me so much.
Okay.
Mr. Corleone is Johnny Fontaine's grandfather. Now Italians regard that as a very close, very sacred religious relationship.
You tell your boss he can do.
Now what?
This isn't going as well as I'd hoped.
Tell your boss he can ask for anything else, but this is one favor I can't grant him.
Mr. Corleone never asked for a second favor. Once he's refused the first. Understood?
You don't understand. Johnny Fontaine never gets that movie. That part is perfect for him. It'll make him a big star. But I'm going to run him out of the movies, and let me tell you why. Johnny Fontaine ruined one of Woltz's International's most valuable protégés. For 3 years, we had her under contract. Singing lessons, dancing lessons, acting lessons. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. I was going to make her a big star. And let me be even more frank. Because I want to show you I'm not a hard-hearted man. But it's not all dollars and cents with me. She was beautiful. She was young and she was innocent. She was the greatest piece of ass I've ever had. And I've had them all over the world. And then Johnny Fontaine comes along with his olive oil voice and his giddy charm. and she runs off. She throws it all away just to make me look ridiculous. And a man in my position cannot afford to be made to look ridiculous. Now you get the hell out of here. And if that Goomba tries any rough stuff, you tell him I ain't no band leader. Yeah, that's right, I heard the story.
Thank you very much for the dinner and a very pleasant evening. Have your car, take me to the airport. Mr. Corleone is a man who insists on hearing bad news at once.
Oh, excellent.
And sing.
Amazing.
That was great.
Impressions are much easier to do in small chunks. That's what we've learned.
That's why I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, damn,
you
man,
did this scene. You tried to give it to me.
It's like a 5-minute thing. I didn't know you talked so long.
You did
This
great,
was your
Norm.
scene.
It's awesome.
All right, now monologues.
You ever do a monologue?
Oh, it was awful.
Huh?
Just can't stand them. High school, they used to make us read those awful monologues.
He did 14 verses of the farter from Sparta.
That was a great. I wrote it myself. He's got to go now. Now
Brad's got to go.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Norm. That was fun. I don't know why, and I'm going to be thinking about it for a while. But nice job.
Listen, man. I just want to say, can I end on a serious note?
You better.
Yeah.
I think that with the Ray Rice incident,
Sure.
with the Adrian Peterson incident.
This is why he's my favorite person. Norm Macdondald, all week long. Happy birthday, Norm. Nice work.
Oh, it's
Sean,
my birthday.
Pleasure to meet you. It's
Sorry about my
90.